What's up, everyone? I'm Jack Slater, aka the Comic Outlaw, yeah! And I hope you're ready, because we're covering the age of Apocalypse, Outlaws cut. And now we're doing Gambit in the Externals. We're starting off with all the first issues in chronological order. And this, yes, Gambit has his own team, his own band of thieves. This is Gambit's story after he left the X-Men. And we start out with a mutant named Jubilee. One of my personal favorites is she's being hunted down after stealing medical supplies. And you see a wanted sign of Gambit for crimes against the High Lord. These bands of enhanced humans that serve Apocalypse were about to destroy her, but from out of nowhere the Externals pop out. At one time this man was known as Strong Guy. Another Sunspot. Sunspot having the power of a sun. And Strong Guy basically just being strong, able to absorb energy. Jubilee is fine, of course, and these medical supplies are being taken. Stolen. This is what Gambit's crew do. They harass the supply lines, and they give it out to whoever they feel needs it. Your basic Robin Hood types. As they make contact with the humans, they have a human liaison, which is basically part of the team. And she's, of course, hooked up with Gambit. As they punch the code in, they open the door. Jubilee lights up a little bit with some fireworks, and they are surprised to find Magneto. Yes, Gambit's enemy for so many years is there. And they're getting ready to blast him into oblivion. They consider him almost as bad as Apocalypse in some ways. But then a match appears. And it's Gambit. And he tells him, believe it or not, Eric is with him. And they have a job to steal something, a crystal, out in space. Meanwhile, Apocalypse's men are getting ready to find the Externals and murder them once and for all. As they continue on with the plan, wondering if it's going to work, wondering if Magneto's not insane. But what other choice do they have? This world is dying. And there's drastic measures need to be taken in order to stop it. As they begin to tap into the room. And this girl is absolutely smart. She knows exactly what she's doing. And they're able to bust into this technological marvel of a place. A little hidden gem of Apocalypse's. But now, there's no time for that. Magneto says he must use the power in her. Lily, who gets captured, or attempted to be captured by Apocalypse's men, as she bites and fights her way out of it. Gambit, of course, lends a little hand. And instead of cards, he uses blades that explode with dynamic efficiency. Boom, boom. As Strong Guy and Jubilee deliver a fastball special. And Jubilee has more control of her powers in this world. She's able to use her fireworks to disintegrate their clothes at the molecular level for them to explode. That is just cool. Anyways, they return what they need. The doctor, the plan to go into outer space. And Magneto says it is her that has powers, but she's a human, you ask. But yes, she has hidden powers. And I love when Jubilee says, what other power does she have besides sticking out her chest? Well, that's to be proven right now, as she taps into him. Feels the pull of space, the universe around her, as it begins to disintegrate her clothes and creates an energy force. They need to teleport to this area of space, and they use every resource necessary as Apocalypse's men come busting in, ready for a fight to take these thieves down. And they found the prize, Magneto. There'll be a promotion in it for sure if they could bring them his head. Anyways, the fight begins. But they must retreat. They must get in the portal. They must complete their mission. As she begins to tap into her power, the portal opens and they get sucked into it. With Jubilee saying this stinks, she has no idea where she's going or where they're heading. As Apocalypse's main stooge jumps in there with him, as Magneto cries out, not knowing for sure if he sent them to the right place, so their deaths. They must bring back this Imcron crystal. It might be the only way to save their universe. and yet he has no idea if they will succeed. Meanwhile, in Generation Next, a whole different story is happening. These are the future students of the X-Men, and Colossus and Shadowcat are their teachers. And this training session starts out with a man running for his life named Chamber. But he's not really running for his life, he's training. But in these training sessions, it's for keeps. These training sessions are real, to teach them the dangers of apocalypse, and there is no mercy when the rule of the land is survival of the fittest. As he begins to use his powers, being followed by a girl named Paige. This intelligence pops up, letting them know how many seconds they have left, called Know-It-All. Interesting name, huh? Anyways, Chamber and Paige have a moment. They're together, so to speak, but they must survive this test, this fight. And their teachers are unmerciful, to say the least, as a plant mutant named Mondo grabs them. Yes, his name is Mondo. He's able to come through the ground, almost like part plant, part earth. Using the energy that Chamber has from his chest, he hits him in the face. As Husk's body turns into a steel spike, she's able to manipulate the density into her body, turning into whatever she needs. But now the main event is here. Colossus, as he stands over the body of Mondo. He is very unhappy, weary from the wars that he's fought. His face scarred, his life miserable. His brother became one of the horsemen, and his sister is gone. As he looks down at Chamber, tells him that he's weak, incapable of leading, and that he should deserve no mercy. As Colossus' body begins to burn and sting, it is Husk. She's turned her body into acid, burning his organic flesh, bringing him down to the ground. Like I said, these training sessions are for keeps. And as she's about to bring the hammer down, someone phases through, and it is Shadowcat with a wonderful set of claws. I wonder where she got those from. Anyway, she starts slashing at Husk, whose body changes to save herself, but she's still wounded as Cat follows her. She turns her body into Diamond, but yet Shadowcat's able to phase through solid objects and uses this as an opportunity to kick her to the ground. As Colossus and Chamber have their fight, he fires off a gigantic blast, hoping that it does something to knock the big giant off his feet. He needs to check in Paige to see if she's okay, but Shadowcat is on top of her, ready to bring the hammer down, and yet she's pulled away by something else. An hombre named Skin, who's able to stretch his skin out in different ways. They've captured Shadowcat, and for now, she asks him to set her down, for this is a training session after all. And yet he doesn't trust her. And in this system, you're not supposed to trust anyone, as Husk turns on her teammate. There can only be one winner. And this is the interesting thing about the training sessions. They're fierce, they're mean, as Colossus is buried in the ground, wondering where Vincent is. And he's able to control, I guess, like wind or sand. And he appears surrounding Colossus as a Magneto appears, El Jefe himself. And he summoned the team together. They have much to do, and he does not think they're ready for what's going to come. As he lectures Shadowcat and Colossus, you can see Colossus' face is burnt. His body's scarred. That's why he wears the mask. But Magneto has need of them. A mission. For he's seen an alternate future from Bishop. A future, a different one. He wants to make that happen. But they need someone who knows magic, who knows teleportation, who knows how to get them places. They begin looking for mutants. They can also manipulate time. And they find one after another dead, gone, except for one. She's a Rasputin. More than that, her name's Ileana. She's the sister of Colossus. but the chances of bringing her back are 0%. And those are just the kind of odds Generation Next has been training for. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Yeah.